Hello. So today I'm going to bring you the message for the 8th of August, and this is centered around Lionsgate, which is at its height today. These messages are timeless, so whenever you are drawn to listen, there will be something here for you, and it will carry the energy of this portal on this day. If you would like to sit or to lay down, if you would like to open your energy and drop into your heart, if you would like to connect to your essence and ground into the central sun of Middle Earth, then this is for you. The lion within, the gate of embodied sovereignty. There comes a moment upon the path when remembering who you are is no longer enough. The insight has arrived. The inner voice has been heard. The truth has stirred beneath the surface of your life. And now a deeper question arises. Will you live what you have remembered? The Lion's Gate is often spoken of as an opening in the heavens, a moment of heightened potential, illumination and transformation. Yet the most significant gate does not stand somewhere beyond you. It opens each time you refuse to abandon what your heart has revealed. It opens when you remain present with yourself rather than returning to the patterns that once made you smaller. It opens when courage is no longer imagined as fearlessness, but recognized as a willingness to remain aligned with truth even while uncertainty is present. The lion within you is not a force of dominion. It does not need to overpower, prove, perform, or demand recognition. Its strength is quieter than that. It is the steady dignity of being who no longer negotiates away their own knowing in order to belong. It is the calm authority that emerges when the body, heart, voice, and choices begin to move in the same direction. It is the sacred fire that says, I will no longer ask the world for permission to become who I already know myself to be. This gate is not calling you to escape your humanity. It is calling you more deeply into it, into the body that has carried every unspoken truth, into the heart that has continued to love despite disappointment, into the voice that may have trembled but has never completely forgotten its original tone, into the ordinary choices through which consciousness becomes embodied reality. For what is illumination without integration? What is vision without action? What is spiritual remembrance if it does not alter the way we speak, choose, love, create, protect, contribute, and walk upon the earth? The Lionsgate portal does not ask you to become louder. It asks you to become truer. It does not ask you to force open the next chapter. It asks you to stand so fully within the present truth that what no longer belongs can no longer remain attached to you. It does not promise that every uncertainty will disappear. It offers something more enduring. The capacity to meet uncertainty without surrendering your center. You may already be witnessing evidence of this inner movement. Perhaps you are less willing to explain yourself, where your truth is repeatedly dismissed. Perhaps you are recognizing that compassion does not require self-abandonment. Perhaps your nervous system is asking for peace instead of intensity. Perhaps you are becoming more discerning about what enters your field, receives your energy, or influences your choices. Perhaps the life you once tolerated is beginning to feel too small for the consciousness now awakening within you. These are not signs that you are failing to remain where you have always been. These are signs that you are becoming capable of inhabiting yourself more completely. The lion does not awaken through performance. It awakens through presence, through the willingness to feel the ground beneath your feet, through the breath that returns you to your body, through the boundary spoken without cruelty, through the truth expressed without apology, through the decision that honors the future you are asking to enter. This is how the gate opens, not through reaching endlessly towards another realm, but through allowing the deepest intelligence of your being to become visible in your relationships, in your work, in your self-respect, in the way you tend your body, in the way you use your power, in the choices you make when nobody is watching. The Lion's Gate is therefore not simply a day for receiving, it is a threshold of responsibility. For when you recognize your light, you become responsible for how you carry it. When you recognize your voice, you become responsible for whether you continue to silence it. When you recognize your value, you become responsible for the conditions you repeatedly accept. When you recognize your capacity to create change, you become responsible for the choices through which that change must be embodied. This responsibility is not punishment, it is sovereignty. It is the return of authorship to the one who has forgotten that the pen was still resting within their own hands. On this sacred threshold, do not only ask, "What am I ready to receive?" but also ask, "What am I ready to embody?" What truth is asking to become a decision? What knowing is asking to become a boundary? What dream is asking to become a devoted practice? What inner change is asking to become visible within the structure of your life? The gate, therefore, before you is not guarded by an external force. It is guarded by every part of you that has learned safety through remaining unseen. You're invited to meet those parts gently. Do not shame the self who once survived through silence, accommodation, or delay. Place one hand on your heart and let your body know. We are not being forced into visibility. We are not choosing to become present. We are not choosing to become whole. We are choosing to live in right relationship with our own truth. Let the lion rise without violence. Let strength return without hardness. Let power return without dominion. Let visibility emerge without performance. Let courage become the neutral expression of a self no longer divided against itself. The world does not need another perfected spiritual identity. It needs embodied human beings whose compassion carries discernment, whose power carries integrity, whose wisdom remains grounded, and whose light is expressed through the way they live. This is the invitation of the lion within, to become a safe home for your own truth, to allow your inner authority to take its rightful place, to cease waiting for the future version of yourself to begin the life that you and your choices presently trying to create. The gate is open wherever consciousness becomes embodied. The path appears wherever truth becomes movement. The lion rises whenever you remember. You were never asked to conquer the world. You were asked to stop abandoning yourself within it. And there is a sacred invocation. I will say it slowly, if you'd like to follow it or to say it behind me. I stand at the threshold of embodied sovereignty. I call every scattered part of my awareness gently home into the living center of my being. I release the need to prove my strength, force my becoming, or seek permission for the truth already awakening within me. May courage arise without aggression. May power return without domination. May my heart remain open without abandoning discernment. May my voice become clear without losing compassion. May my body know that it is safe to inhabit truth, one conscious choice at a time. I honor the self who survived. I welcome the self who is now ready to live. I allow remembrance to become embodiment. I allow vision to become devotion. I allow inner authority to become right action. Through every breath, boundary, word, and choice, may I walk in greater coherence with the deepest truth of my being. I do not cross the threshold by escaping myself. I cross it by becoming fully present within myself. The lion within me is awake. The gate within me is open. And I choose to meet the life before me with courage, integrity, and an undivided heart. And the closing seal. The gate does not open above you, it opens within you. The lion does not arrive from elsewhere, it rises through the life you are finally willing to embody. May you stand in grace. May you walk in unity. May you embrace embodiment and allow the lion within to stand center in sovereign radiance as you embody all that you are, all that you are becoming, and all that you have ever been. Shun ai kia kan rai ko soko ukai kina soko kora ina shaki kia ara unusoko ai I shoko koai kianahan inara karahu shoko ai kiana karaun. You are the light. You are the voice. You are the embodiment. The lion within rises. Stand in your sovereignty and shine. Until we meet again. Namaste.